Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I last uploaded and I had exams and stuff and I was a bit confused on what to do. So what I was doing is exploring the Arch install script. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Yep, got you there. And leave a like on the video. Anyway, I was exploring here and all these options are great. So mirrors and repositories, obviously, I'll just get it to Bangladesh, where I'm from. Let me just select it. There we go. And I'll go back. I'll do this configuration. Let's keep it as the default configuration. I like to do ext4. Now, ButterFS is really great, but I'm still not really used to it and I really don't understand it that well. So I like to do ext4. It's a bit older, but it gets the job done. And I just want to keep things simple. Now, after that, swap and bootloader, pretty typical stuff. I am doing systemd boot for this because this is the thing that I am interested in. This is the unified kernel images. Now, at first, I thought, okay, that is an interesting option because I didn't have it before, or I never actually noticed it, so that was a bit weird. And I usually just keep it disabled, so I thought, you know what, let's enable this. Now, what is this unified kernel image? Well, what this basically does is instead of having multiple files in your boot, so for your UEFI file, so basically what helps your system to boot into Linux, instead of having like linux.image, vvimage, and like a bunch of files, what you do is just unify all of them into one singular file. Now, this helps you with security and secure boot setups and stuff. And how does this actually help? Well, instead of having to manage like multiple files, you are basically just managing one. And that's really like makes things a lot simpler. And also it just reduces complexity onto the kernel side. So what I would like to do is first up, let me just get a system running. What should I go for? You know what? It's been a while since I last used KDE. So I'll just go with KDE for this. There we go. Graphical, keep everything in default. Applications. Bluetooth audio, I don't need it for this. It's a VM, so I don't need anything. Kernels, I'll keep it at Linux. So you can do Linux LTS and stuff. Unified kernel image do work with other kernels as well. But for this, I'll just, again, keep everything simple. Just to kind of see what is the difference between these two. So additional packages. You know what, I'll do this one and additional packages. I don't think I need anything, but I'll get NeoVim and stuff because that is something that I do use actively. So let me do slash NeoVim. Oh my god, not double slash, NeoVim. There you go, NeoVim. I'll get Firefox. There we go. I'll get Git in case. What is cgit anyway? I'll explore those later. Time zone, I won't change it. I'll just keep it at default. Then I'll just hit install. And what I would like to do first is kind of have it installed automatically and just see what it's actually doing, or basically how it's installing the boot. And then I'll try to install it manually myself and just kind of get an idea of how all of that works. So while this installed, like I said, if you do enjoy what I do, or if you do like the videos I make, and if you find them helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and do check out my Patreon. It does help out a ton, as these videos do take time to make, and I have to kind of dig around a bit to find out what everything is doing. But yeah, thank you for staying around so long into this channel, and I'll see you after this is done installing. Okay, so this is interesting. I was letting it run for a bit, and it just says out of memory. That is weird. Why? I think I gave it like 8 gigabytes of RAM. It shouldn't be out of memory. You know what? I'll give it a bit more. So let me just shut down now. Let me see if I can give it a bit more RAM. So there we go. Memory, I have 8 gigabyte. Oh, dynamic, I'll just turn it off. I'll give it like 16. I forgot how much is 16. Let me do 16 times 1024. Okay, so I'll just copy this, paste it in here. I'll just remove the comma. There you go. I'll give it 16 gigabyte and let's see how this plays out. So start. Let's see how this goes. So I'll do basically the same configuration again. So there's nothing new that will be done. Just give me a moment. And let me see if I can just fast forward this part. Arch install, there you go. Okay, so I configured everything again. Let's start the install process once more. Yes. Now what I will do this time is open my task manager and let's see how much RAM is going. So there you go. Whoa, that spiked hard. Is it just my VM? Oh, okay, so this is taking a lot of RAM. Oh, it also has Hyper-V Manager on it. That is weird. Okay, so this is a tool that I am testing currently. So the beta test is currently going. I'll make a video on it soon enough. There's also flow launcher. I am having both because this sometimes dies. Anyway, but why is it 82%? Oh, I have two discords open. That explains a lot. Steam, Chrome. This still doesn't add up to that much. And I think, yeah, this is the one that is taking most of the RAM. So anyway, I'll keep an eye here just to see what's happening. So I'll put it on the second monitor and I'll be back again to see how this goes.
1 hour later.
Hey, okay, so it did work this time. I don't know if the last time it did have to do something with RAM. I'll probably try it again later and just test it out. I'll just show it on screen if it does work with lower RAM. Or it has something to do with raycast. Anyway, let's just reboot the system and just get into the system. Then I'll look into the boot section and just, oh yeah, I forgot I have to basically unplug the, where is it? Oh yeah, Windows, I think it's pause. Yeah, there you go. So now I think I just go here, and then just set it to none, hit apply, and then just, oh, I have to reboot, my bad. Let me just turn it off and then start again. There you go. Now, okay, it does seem a bit different. Oh, it has a splash screen. That's a new thing. Anyway, we're on Plasma Island. Let me just get in. So there we go. Yeah, I don't think anything is gonna. Ooh, KD, that's a great wallpaper. You know what? I haven't visited KD in a while. Maybe I will do that. Oh wait, what the heck am I doing? Display configuration. Oh, there you go. Resolution. Apply. Okay, keep. There we go. Skip this. I'm going straight to the terminal. And yeah, it is a bit odd looking at this instead of the full system. But for now, we can work with this. So let me just make this a bit larger so it's easier to see. Let me just go with ls and then /boot/ what is in here? Okay, EFI. I think that's where we need to go. So EFI. Yeah, Linux. There you go. So if I just go in here, yeah. I think, yeah, this is the entire system like packed into this one EFI. And yeah, I think that is the difference between an EFI system and a normal system. So let me just see. If I do dolphin, there's sudo. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I think it does. Wait, what does it mean by installing KIO admin? Okay, yeah, I need to install KIO admin. So if I do sudo pacman -syu KIO admin, I think that is the package. Okay, yeah, hopefully, yeah, it is there. So let's clear this out. You get the file folder you want to change, activate. Okay, now here's the thing. If I go here and then where do I have to go? I have to go to boot. So there we go. If I go to EFI and then I go to Linux. Okay, yeah, this is, I think, the entire like system. Can I open it with Git? Do I have Git even? Let me see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this can be open because this is an EFI system. Boot. Okay, so we have the boot file. This is Arch Linux EFI. System dboot EFI. Okay, so what is the difference between this and basically a normal system? You know what? I will just compare the files. So let me just go to boot EFI. So these are the files that are available in this system. And There you go. I think this is the thing that is different, where it says Arch Linux CFI, and this is the whole kernel combined instead of just having different files. But I'm not sure about that. Okay, now since we've seen what it should look like, let's try to make it. Yeah, let's just try to see if I can make it, or how does this actually even work. So there we go. I will just shut this down. How about this? I'll just add a checkpoint here that just says rename Arch UKI. Now what I will do is go here, go to settings, and then just add back the image file. There we go. So apply. Okay, and now what I will do is just get into the system, install it again, but this time just leave that disabled. So just do a normal install, and yeah, I'll just use Arch install just to speed this process up, because we are interested in only and just only the unified kernel image. So just like before, I'll just use Arch install. And before, like I said, any of you come with pitchforks and stuff, hear me out. This just makes the installation process a bit faster, as I do have to install multiple of them, and it helps me install the same thing over and over again. And I am, like I said, I do want to make a custom system, but I'm still not confident enough in my abilities to make a custom system where I can just make one system and just reinstall it over and over again. So yeah, so I'll keep the unified kernel image disabled for this one. Duplicate root password. So there we go. There we go. Back profile. I'll do KDE again, so we can have similarities between the two systems. Applications, nothing. Kernels, download network. Use this. Additional packages. We need NeoVim, and yeah. So we need NeoVim, and I want Firefox. So there we go. And let's install it. So yeah, I think that's about it for the install. So I'll just wait for this to be done, and then we can move on to the actual configuration of the unified kernel image. Okay, so the normal installation is done. So let's just reboot the system. And oh my god, I forgot to take out the ISO. Give me one moment, please. So let me go to settings, DVD drive, none, apply. There you go. Let me just turn this off, turn off, start, and it should now boot up. There we go. Now you can already see that there was a difference in the boot screen, but it just says, oh, I don't have a user. Oh no. Let's see if we can fix this. Control Alt F3. There you go. So I think I have to log into root. Oh, no. I mistyped the passwords. Root. There you go. I think I have to add a user. So user add this. I think I'll just do not user add. There we go. Now we have those. So if I do user mod dash G, the wheel. Oh, I have to do AT instead of wheel. So there you go. Now I should be in the wheel group, and then if I do vi sudo, is there a command? Okay, so editor equals to nvim vi sudo, and then in here I have to find the wheel. There we go. Now if I just, there we go, saved it, clear. That should add a user. Let me add a password to it. Okay, password. There you go. Now we have a password. Now if I do exit, and then if I try to log in there, does it log in? Okay, now we have to make, let me see, sudo pacman -syu. Okay, there you go. So we do have sudo, so that's great. Sudo pacman -syu. Sudo mkdir /home/p. So /home /tarzo. There you go. Now if I do exit and then try to log in again, there you go. Now we have a home directory. Let me do exit sudo. Oh, my bad. Sudo reboot now. Hopefully now we have a user. Hopefully. Wow, how did I miss the user part? There you go. So in case any of you did that mistake and you don't have a user, that's how to fix it. Skip. Yeah, there is a lot that is missing, but yeah, we don't. Oh my god. So we don't have these desktops and stuff. We don't have a lot. Anyway, let me see if I can open up a terminal and then just make all the directory. So mkdir slash home slash tarzo, and then in here we want to make desktop, make downloads, make documents, I think, yeah, and videos. That should be it. Hopefully I can make all of them. So dash p, and then what I would like to do is do sudo ch own slash home. I want to own this directory, so I think I have to do. I forgot how to do this. Hopefully that worked. Okay, now if I just do another reboot, hopefully we have everything. Hopefully. Oh yeah, there you go. Everything is there. I think it is still a bit broken, as I do think that sometimes when that happens, it does tend to break stuff. But hey, that's beside the point. We have everything working. Everything is showing up here. Hopefully, I have all my directories and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Downloads, music, pictures and stuff. So there you go. Everything is there. I think as soon as I did own, I think, yeah, it just created everything else. Okay, so that's great. That's great. Now, first things first, I want to make a dark theme. I want to make it dark theme. There's no way I'm doing this in a brighter theme. So theme, there you go, global theme, breeze dark. I can work with this. So yeah, that's way better. I think they did update the theme a bit. It does look a bit different. So yeah, for now I'll keep it like this, cause yeah, I can't be bothered. And there you go. Can I make it larger? Oh, there you go. So step one, let's see, I'll just put it in the side here. And also, let me just check what is the difference. So sudo pacman -s kio -admin, and then if I do dolphin -sudo, there you go. It does open up. So I want to go here. I want to go to boot. Oh, okay. So in the last one, you did notice that we just had this file, but this time we have this and this. We have this extra file. If we go to EFI, okay, the Linux still exists, but it is empty. So yeah, there is no unified systems. And we have this, that's normal, and this, that is normal. So basically we have these two images which are outside. Let us go back inside. Is that it? Entries. Okay, let me see if we can actually do a unified system setup and see how difficult it is. Okay, now, since that's that, I don't want to linger too long here. Let's just go through this. So what I did was I just went into the Arch wiki. So if I do Arch wiki and just go in here, I think okay, yeah, I can do unified kernel. There you go. Unified kernel image. So if I go here, you can see that there is a lot in here, and it does tell us that there is something called a preset which helps us kind of configure it without having to make a unified system. So it does make things easier. So you know what, I do have it popped up in another monitor. So instead of just doing it in here, I will just go through it on my second monitor, from my second monitor. You know what, I'll just put it here just in case. So the first step is installing a few packages, which I did realize, which was just to make sure. Let me just do this, and then make init cpio. Now this is something that is installed by default, but yeah, we can just update it. Basically this will just check that update. So we can do systemd boot. So systemd -boot, which is again, it is a Arch Linux by default. It is installed in the system. If you want to do secure boot, we can do sbctl, which I don't think we will be doing. Yeah, for this system, I don't think we will be doing secure boot. But if any, like I said, oh yeah, systemd boot doesn't have install candidate. But anyway, so if you guys are interested in seeing me set up a secure boot setup, I will try to make a separate video on it. And it is a bit, I would say, involved. So usually I just like to keep security systems. What the heck I'm saying? Usually I like to just keep the secure boot off. Anyway, that's something. Then now let me see something. So if I go to nvim, I think I need sudo for this. So sudo nvim etc, so /etc/mk init cpio dot d, and then in here there should be something called Linux preset. Yeah, there we go. So let me just make this a bit larger. So if I go in here, there should be like these things in here. Let me just go in. Okay, so now there are these things, and okay, so you can see it says default image is this. So what we want to do is, instead of that, we want to just basically just comment it out. So let me just comment it out. So let me just comment this out and then just turn this on. Okay, and then as for fallback, okay, so we have to just disable this and enable this. Okay, so is it that easy? No, it can't be. Come on. So I just did that, and then what are we doing? So Pacman hooks update the system stub part of the standard microcode, and the next kernel will automatically trigger a rebuild. You want to review other Pacman hooks, SC Pacman hooks directory, etc. Okay, so now basically we have to check if we have that directory. So there you go. So where our ESP file is basically our boot file. So mine is located at boot. So let me just show you. So if I do mkdir, so mine is at boot, and then EFI, and then Linux. So usually you need this specific directory. So we can just do -p in case like this is not available in your system. In case, I think usually it is available, but in case it isn't, we can just do that. And then we can just do sudo mk init cpio. So mk init cpio -p, and then we can just do Linux. So what we're doing is essentially just saying use the Linux preset and then rebuild our I don't know how to say it, init after I don't know. Anyway, let's just see what happens. Let's check it out. So if I do this, okay, now what is this? Preset default using default configuration file conf such invalid option U. Oh, so it's saying it must be writable. Am I missing something here? Oh no, what the heck did it? Anyway, so kernel installed. So it is another option, but that is weird. If I just don't do sudo, does it change anything? No. That is weird. It's saying that this must be writable. But I don't think there is anything on there. Let me just try this again. Okay, so let's preset default config. Okay, that is weird. Now, why am I getting this error? Okay, so let's first see where our EFI is mounted. So find mnt/boot. Okay, so it is mounted. Okay, do I even have a EFI path? No. Okay, that doesn't exist. Okay, let me see this thing. So if I just type in mount, ooh, that's a lot. I think that was SJV fat. So this one is read write. It is read write. So it is writable. So what is causing the issue? You know what? I think I did mess something up. So let me see. So if I go in here, okay, so this is the file, and if I just match it with this, this is commented out. Okay, this is not commented out. Okay, this is default fallback. Okay, so default config. This is uncommented. This is uncommented. This is options. Okay, now EFI Linux. Yeah, this does exist, but this file doesn't exist. Do I have to make this file? That is interesting. Let me see if I can try to make this file. I don't think I should do it, but not. I'll try it. Why not? We're here to test. So sudo touch/boot/EFI Linux, and then arch-linux.efi. Right, there we go. And then if I just do, okay, you know what? I made one of them. So if I just do this now, Okay, it's still showing that error. So it doesn't matter if I have it or not. It still shows an error. Let me see if I can just find something about this. So control shift. Okay, so this isn't. I mean that GPT help. Okay, amount. Oh. This is the issue. My bad. I'm stupid. Hold up. Yeah, no wonder it's not working. This file doesn't even exist. I need to do boot. Yeah, this works because this has the boot in it. Oh my god. Let me see if this works. Hopefully it does work. Okay, yeah, this works just fine. Okay, so don't be a dum-dum and make sure to properly set up your boot files. Okay, so it is working. That is great. So okay, and then let's clear this out. Hopefully we have two files in here. Let me just do ls/boot/ EFI Linux. Oh yeah, there you go. Now we have two of them, and you know what? I'll just go dolphin -- sudo. I have this, so let's close this. Linux. Oh yeah, we have two of them, and the other ones are deleted. Hopefully, let me see. Boot. You know what? I'll just delete them. Let's see. Open as administrator. Okay. Yeah, no, whatever. I'll just delete permanently. Delete permanently. This is why I do it in a VM. Let's hope for the best. So I deleted both of them, and so I'll do this. And now let's see. Okay. Now, those do not exist here. Now, if I reboot and it does boot, I'll be thoroughly surprised. So, yeah, that should be it. And I think I can make a hook for in case I update the system. But for now, we are not going to that. We are not going to do that. Reboot now. Hopefully this. Okay. We have some. So we have two kernels now, these two and these two. I think these two are just because there is a manual entry and this will not work. I'll just go through this. Okay, it does show the splash screen. It is booting up. That is great. So it did boot up the system and hopefully everything works. Okay, everything seems to be working. And let's see what the other one does. So I think that will just break the system. But if I just go here, yeah, it doesn't work. So, okay, oh my God. It is throwing errors now. My bad. Okay, so those two doesn't work. So what we have to do is basically just remove those from the system. And I think, yeah, it's pretty easy to do. So if I just do this, I get into the system and then T, dolphin as sudo. Okay, and then if I go in here, if I go to loader, entries, I think these two are the ones. So if I go in here, yeah, you can see Arch Linux, and then it just looks for that. I don't know if it will work if I delete it, but hopefully. Entries, what is this? Okay, type 1, loader.config, it is a timeout, that's great. Keys, okay, so if I just see if this even works. If I go in here and just delete both of them, I don't think it will boot, but sure, let's see. If it does boot, then yeah, we did configure it, right? Yeah, there you go. I think what it does is systemd boot by default checks like everything in the boot section in case it finds something to boot and just picks it up automatically. And I think that's the really good part about systemd boot for Unified Kernel Image. And okay, so that's basically how you get a unified kernel. But there's a bit more. So what if we just update the system, you know? That's not something that you can just do randomly. So what we want to do is as soon as we update the system, we want to actually make a unified kernel. Okay, so how do we actually do that? So in case you don't know, Pacman has something called hooks. So what hooks do is actually just give you a trigger system. So whenever you do update a package or when we do something with Pacman, it will just update your entire system or your entire, like, how to put it, like setup. Let me just show you. So what we need to do is first, we need to make directories. So let me just show you. So sudo nvim /etc/ Pacman, Pacman d/hooks. I think there should be a directory. Okay, no. So there is no hooks directory. but we need it. So I think I'll just change this to mkdir-p, and it should make the hooks directory. There you go, it did make it. So now back to nvim, there you go. And in here, I'll just name the file something like 90 and then mkinit cpio-yuki. So basically, just naming it what we're doing. So .hook. So it is a .hook file. And that's about it for the file name. And then once we get in here, here's what we need to do. First, we need to say this needs to be triggered. So we'll go trigger. So we set up the trigger in this section. So when will this hook trigger? So if I do operation, so this will say what is the operation. So first we want to say if something is installed, then we can go operation if it is upgrade. So if we upgrade the system or if we upgrade kernels, whatever we do, if we say operation remove, so basically anything we do, this will trigger. I'm sorry, anything that has to do with system or anything, basically it will trigger. And then we'll say type. So what type of hook this is? So type, it will be a package. So equal to package, there we go. And then there will be a few targets. We're going to target equal to Linux. So that is our kernel. So we can do target equal to Linux dash headers. And then we can go with target equal to systemd. There you go. Now this is basically what triggers the operation. Now we have to do, okay, so when it is triggered, what do we do actually? So we can do action. And let us say description. We have to do a description, and the description will be, let's say, rebuilding unified kernel image. So there you go. So I'll just put it in a bracket to say UKI. Now we say when post transaction. So when the update, upgrade, or whatever we're doing is done. So whenever that is done, then we want to execute. So exec equal to /user/bin/mkinit cpio-p. If we do needs targets, this will just require the system to need the target. So if I do save this, and then if we do sudo pacman -syu, okay, there is nothing to do. So sy linux. So now once this is done, if we check this, so it is building image by default, and then it's like putting it in like Arch Linux EFI, and then in here, there you go. As you can see at the last moment, it said rebuilding unified kernel image. So UQI, that is basically what we put in here, and it is like default config file. We are just configuring this. It's just putting everything in the places where it needs to be. Now, usually I think it does do it automatically, but it is basically the failsafe that in case we miss something, or maybe you have like another kernel. Let's see if we install another kernel. So if I do sudo, what happens? Sudo pacman -sy linux -lts. So what happens if I do install another kernel? So does it automatically just pick up the other kernel, or do I have to like manually configure it to use the another kernel? Let's see what it does. Or does it just unify everything? Okay, now it has started. So let's see. So here's something. So it's saying building image source preset Linux LTS preset. So now it just created a new preset. So I think yeah. So once we have installed it, I think let me see. Where is it? No, these are the hooks and stuff. Where is that? Oh, there you go. So we have Linux preset. If I do dash, LTS preset. Okay, yeah, we can do basically the same thing. So if I do this, if I just remove this, where is it? There you go. Oh my god. There you go. I'll just do this. And yeah, I think we can just change this to boot. And then same thing for boot. If I do W. And that should be it. Hopefully. Let's see. If I just, what happens if I just do Linux? Let's see what happens if I do Linux. Does it rebuild both of them? Let's see. That would be so funny if it does both of them. Okay, so Arch Linux EFI, that is done. Okay, so there you go, rebuilding Yuki. So it's image from preset. So it's taking Linux LTS preset by default and doing that. And again, let's see in here. Okay, so this is the LTS one. Does it do it again? No, it is doing LTS using default file. Oh, no. There you go. So it is doing both of them together. So if I do now reboot, so sudo reboot now, hopefully it detects everything. Yeah, there you go. It has detected this one is out, this one is LTS. So if I just hit enter, it should boot into the LTS kernel. There you go. You just put it in. So it is, you know what? It is quite simple to actually get the LTS kernel running. Sorry, the unified kernel running, which is surprisingly not the sentence I thought I would be saying, because it seems really, it seemed really complicated. But it apparently isn't. So yeah. So if you did find this video helpful, if you did find it, I don't know, a bit entertaining, maybe you like chaos and you thought it will be much worse than how it went, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Check out my Patreon and do help out for this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.